Hi. Someone asked for a month video, and I've got 1 to 5 questions from one person or couple people, and I figure since I'm not getting any more, we'll do this today. Well, let's get started. Anonymous asked me to sing a Black-Veiled Bride song and a Falling in a Verse song, so okay. I actually am watching their videos, that's why I have headphones, so I cannot hide what's on my mind. I feel it burning deep inside. A passion crime to take what's mine, and I'll start living for today. Never gonna change my mind. We can leave this all behind. Nothing's gonna stop us, no, not this time. So take your hand in mine, it's ours tonight. This is a rebel love song, and I'll skip to the next video. Okay, 1 second. My body's simple, it slippers down my spine. Adrenaline kicks us into overdrive. Yes, I could keep you sick, your lies keep you alive. Snake eyes every time you climb, you roll a crooked dice. I felt the darkness as it tried to pull me down. The kind of dark that haunts a 100-year-old house. I wrestled with my thoughts, I took the hand that's out. Running from my past, I'm praying, feet don't fail me now. Okay, now I'm sorry if I hurt your ears. Because you asked, so I've heard. Rockstar Detective asked, what do you like most about your blog, whether it be the muses, the partners, etc.? I like my blog because not only my muse, Nathan, because he has bits of me, bits of my brother, bits of my friend Nathan, who I named him after he passed away, but also the partners, because it's always nice to meet new people, and it's always nice to feel accepted. So, Anonymous asked, what drew you to create Nathan? How did you decide his face claim? What helped you create him? How did you decide his personality and history? And why did you name him that? First, why did I name him that? I'll answer. I named him after, as I said before, with the other question, Nathan is named after my friend Nathan, who passed away about 7 to 8 years ago. And probably about 8, but he was a great guy. He always made people smile and feel better. So that's why I named him Nathan, because of that. His middle name, Christopher, is because of my brother, which is also a great person. He's always been there for me, you know. One day I broke down and I was going to walk home from his house, which his house is an hour drive away from mine, which means I probably would have been walking for like 2 days. So he decided, let's walk around the block and just talk. Obviously, there's more than just what's going on here that's bugging you. And ever since then, he's always been there for me, and it's wonderful having my brother like that. The question, what drew me to create Nathan? Well, I had his name and face claim. Originally, he was Corey, but I was already debating on not naming him Corey before I even put him on the blog. So I just created him. You know, sometimes you want to create a character that's just like you, and then sometimes you want to create a character that's a mixture of everybody. Like your brother, your friend, you, your sister, all that. He's like a mixture of everybody. I mean, all of us are really sweethearted to each other, and all that. So that's that. He decided his face claim. I always decide the face claim and the personality first, but especially the face claim and the name first. So I just saw Andy and I'm like, I gotta make a character of that. I gotta make a character of him. He is too sexy and too just perfect in every way. I mean, I love Andy. He's awesome. If you watch 50 million YouTube videos of him, there's always something that is nice about him. And I figured, why not make a face claim that I've never used before? So I've used Monty Money, I've used Michael Money, I've used Max Green, I've used frickin' Mika Ferrucci, I've used Ryan Seaman, I've used Ksenia a few times. And I was gonna make one of Curly, COVID, however you say her name. But I didn't. Because I figured I need a face claim that I've never, ever, ever used. So that's how that one started. Now this asks, how did you find Black Veil Brides? I posted this before. I was on YouTube about maybe around the time that my friend Nate's 1-year anniversary of his death happened. And I was still blaming myself a year later because I didn't invite him over, you know. I didn't anything to try to keep him going where he went that caused him to get into the accident that he got into. You know, YouTube, they always give you those suggestions and stuff, and a lot of my friends were already listening to them. And it was like YouTube suggested it. And normally I never click on a suggestion because I don't really care what YouTube thinks I should listen to. I care what I want to listen to. But something, I don't know what, maybe the power of Nathan, because it feels like he's my guardian angel, made me listen to it. And it made me feel better, you know. Like, it didn't make me forget all my feelings, but it made it easier to not, because at the time I was still very suicidal and still cutting and everything. I mean, you can't see them now, but if you were to look closely, there are discolorations from it and everything. So it was just, I don't know how to explain it, but that's how I found them, and it's why I've been listening to them for a while. And I found them again after I stopped listening to them when my friend Amber linked me to a video from Just Fallen Angels. I listened to it, I just didn't listen to them again after that. And then here on Tumblr I see a lot of other Andy face claims, and I was like, I should listen to them again because they did save my life. And that was when I started listening to the neuro shit. I loved the newer stuff. Then one day I listened to Knives and Pens and I started crying because I remembered what it did for me. And now I just can't stop listening to them. It's a wonderful thing to be listening to a band and have them make you feel like life's better, you know? And it's the same thing when I fell in Fallen Universe. It was just, it makes you feel like your life's not as bad as it is. And when a band sings and then it feels like some of their songs are taking your feelings from your heart, from right here, and pouring them out, it makes you feel like you're not alone. It makes you feel like you aren't the only person who feels like shit all the time. And I guess that's why I still listen to them, or why I will never, no matter what the fuck happens, stop listening to them. Same with Falling Universe. I don't want to stop listening to them. Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, it's the same thing. There's just bands that you find them and you just can't stop listening to them because of things they've done for you with their music. And that's what it was. It's just, they saved my life with one song. So it was a wonderful, wonderful thing. And sometimes I still cry thinking about it. I got tears in my eyes right now thinking about that. It's like weird and awesome. So many stories to tell. Ask me a couple of questions. What is your favorite color? Let's see if I have my lighter on me because it's the exact color. This is my favorite color. It's a little bit lighter on my camera, but it's a lime green. I love that color. I don't know why. And blue. But it depends on the shade of blue. And my eyes are really... What's that makes you happy? Smell of Axe and smell of Old Spice, which is weird, but I don't smell blush as much as I used to, so when I got this sweater, which is, let me try to get it lined up so I can show you guys. It's Batman, see? My brother shouldn't give me it. Batman, but it smelled like his axe. And when I got my MMA sweater, the red one, which I have to clean, so I can't show you, it smelled like my brother's Old Spice. And it's nice smelling that because it reminds me that my brothers are still in my life. They're just not living near me anymore, and I don't get to see them as much. Have you ever been in a scary as hell situation that makes you smile thinking about it today? Well, on Halloween when I was 12, which was actually around the time that I wasn't listening to any music like I do, besides older music that I listened to as a kid, like a baby upwards. So I never had anything really to say my feelings out of that. I was in a shitty mood already when we were trick-or-treating, and then we were in this Richie area. You know, some rich people are assholes kind of thing. This guy was like that stereotype. Like, seriously, he had a chainsaw with the blade saw on it. And he started chasing me, and my mom and me were with another little girl and her mom. And the other little girl, he started chasing me and the other little girl. We started bawling our eyes out, running away, and my mom's like, stop. You, talking to the other girl's mom, take my daughter, take your daughter, and go somewhere. I'm going to talk to him. Just at least move back. Just don't let him, I won't let him near you guys. And she confronted him. If you think it's cool to scare little kids, you think it's funny and everything. And now when I think about it, it's kind of funny because it's like, holy shit, there's something I can never do. My mom's just like, I'm a badass woman. What makes your heart skip a beat? Well, I've never had that feeling too often. I mean, like my low blood sugar, my heart slows down and sometimes skips a beat because it's, I don't know why, I also get shaky and shit like that with that, but when I start listening to Black Veil Brides again and I heard Knives and Pens, my heart just dropped and I couldn't even feel it. So I guess that counts. But in a good way, what makes my heart skip a beat? Just when, you know, somebody actually cares about how I feel and stuff. My worst nightmare. What has been my worst nightmare? Let's go with my reoccurring one that scared the fuck out of me at first. This is back when I wasn't listening to Black Veil Bride, so I was still on, yay, Monty and Michael! Money! I'm still like that, though. I like everybody still. Michael Money was in it, my cousin Michael, and Nate were in it. We were all hanging out together. Michael was going to a hotel, I walked with him. I was getting mugged, so he took the blade from me and died. Which scared the fuck out of me, but that wasn't what made it my worst. The worst was I came back and my cousin was in the recliner bleeding. to death, which was how we were told he died. And then the worst part about it was Nathan. He died just as he did in real life. He was going out to our city to hang out before he was going to come hang out with me again. And he got chased into a river just like he did in real life. And I hated that. It brought back all my feelings of missing Nate and my cousin. And it sucked. It was like, it felt like my mind just hated me. And I hated that. I hated feeling like my mind hated me. It was terrible. My best dream? I was living in a mansion with my family, and I knew like a bunch of famous people, not just like Andy and Michael and all that. I knew like Andy, Michael, Monty, all of Escape the Fate, all of Black Veil Brides and stuff. And I also knew like older bands like Metallica, Van Halen, shit like that. And it was really cool because we were having a New Year's party, and I was hanging out with a bunch of famous people in my dreams, so it was nice. My dream life? I kind of like how my life is now, except for the fact that I don't have a job, because it's hard to find a job. So I think that's about it. It was just to get a job and be able to help my parents out with their rent and their bills and stuff. You know, it sucks that my parents can't do stuff like that. One video from Project Moname is, her question is, if you were stranded on a desert island, who is the one person you'd have with you and the 3 items you've had with you? Okay, I'll answer sarcastically first. Andy, a condom, chains, and oh no, 3rd item. Let's see. My dogs. Even though there's 2 dogs, my dogs. Yep. No, my serious answer, my brother. A hammer, wood, and nails. Make a fucking boat. Get the fuck off that island. Okay. Always Running asked, if you could trade places with one famous person for a day, who would it be and why? I really wouldn't trade places with famous people because they're normal people. Just because they can sing or draw or act doesn't mean that they're not a human. And I've noticed a lot of fans don't think about that. Even I look like I don't think about that. When you think about it, and you look at my blog, it's all, Andy this and Andy that, and beep beep beep. But really, I know that they're just like us. And I feel bad because I've seen like some of them tweet, like for example, Ronnie was like complaining about getting half nude pictures from fans that are younger than me even. I'm 20, so it's kind of weird. I would not want to be famous. I would not want to have to feel about it stuff because it's sad that they deal with it, you know. Like I don't understand how they deal with that, actually. It's kind of like, sometimes if I were them, I would just be like, listen, I'm just like you, so please stop, but, you know, they deal with it, and that's what matters. They have their ways of dealing with it, and it's cool. I'm not very confused moving around, it's getting annoying. Oh my god. Anonymous asked a few questions. Is bisexuality a phase? No. I mean, if you count yourself as bi-curious, it's a phase. I do not believe in bi-curiosity. You're just trying to have fun then. It's not a phase. It's an actual thing. I mean, your heart and your mind and your genes, everything could be all confused. You don't know which one you are for the longest point of time. Even until you die, you won't know. And sometimes you just maybe have a little bit of both genes. You're both straight and gay, so you're bi. I don't think it's ever a phase. Another question that relates to that is what's my sexuality? I am bisexual. I have been since I was 13. Another one that relates to that is my opinion on trans people. They're not bad. There's nothing inhumane about them, you know. I don't mind them, you know. I'm not like one of those people that are like, oh, you're trans, you're not a normal person or anything. I feel like if the person's happy being whatever they want to be, that's up to them. You know, if you want to be a man or a girl or both or whatever, it's up to you. And if somebody doesn't like that, then they can go fuck off, because you're perfect as you are, you know. And sometimes it's like, I feel like they get too much, because it's like, they're still you, you're still them. It's especially like if you already knew them before all the trans stuff happened, and then you start hating them for that, it's like pointless. And it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. I've been called that before because I dress like, right now I'm dressed girly, okay, see, there's my shirt and then my pants, but on a normal day, I dress in the most guyish clothes ever. I try to keep my hair like my party, but I want to like keep it back, or I used to have my hair short on my brother Chris's. He had it pretty much like here down a little bit. It was spiky and everything though, but I was called a dyke by my own sister because of that. So I think I understand what they feel and everything, and it's not fair at all. Do you like bands? Well, I mean, if you noticed, yes I do. I post a lot of Black Veil Brides, but like more. I like Black Veil Brides, Falling in the First, Metallica, My Chemical Romance, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping of Sirens, Escape the Fate, Van Halen, Megadeth, Volbeat, Hailstorm, Paramore. I like. If you wanted to, I could write you a long ass list of bands I like. Especially Black Veil Brides and Falling in a Verse and Pierce the Veil and Sleeping of Sirens and bands like that, because their music always makes me feel better, you know. It always makes me seem not alone, makes me feel like I'm a great person, I'm a normal person, all that. So those are bands I especially like, and that's why I post a lot of Black Veil Brides. Did you hear about Green Day? I listened to them, but I don't know what you meant about heard about them. Did they break up or something, or they make a new CD, or I don't know. I don't really follow bands I like too much, because you know, never know. But I never I didn't hear about them. I mean, I listen to them and I enjoy listening to them. But as far as that goes, I have not. And then, what color underwear are you wearing? Oh my god. I know I said I would answer that. I never thought anybody would actually ask me that, so. But since you asked, I might as well answer. I'm wearing purple. There you go. I was nobody nothing. I asked a couple of questions. Do you have any pets? Yes. I have my babies. 1 second. I will show you my babies. Okay, there's one baby. I can find her. There's this baby. If I could just get her in the... Madison! Where are you? There you are. That's Madison. She's my little baby. She's an Australian Shepherd, and she's 4 years old. She's a cutie. And I'm over there on the couch. That's Gizmo. Madison, I'll pet you. Gizmo is a 6-year-old fat ass who... Madison, your head's getting in the way of Gizmo! He's actually 90 pounds. He's 6 years old. We got him when my sister was going out with one of her exes, and he's a sweetie. He will love the fuck out of you, and so will she, as you can see. Just look at her, look at her, look at her. She's like, you gotta pet me now. You gotta pet me. You said my name. You were mentioning me. Okay, Madison, I'll pet you while I answer the rest of the questions. I also have 3 fish. The only one I remember his names because they were my brother was Jaws. He's a fat ass. He's like that big, that wide. And my sister has a cat who is stupidly named Mr. Fancy. She sings that fucking Iggy Azalea song that's like, I'm so fancy, you already know, to him every time she walks in her room. And it kind of pisses me off because it's like, you ruin all the good songs by singing them in the most obnoxious voice, because she has this one voice that's like, I'm so fancy. I don't know how to do it. I'll go for cat. It's like, Mr. Fancy. And okay. So, my dream vacation spot. I'd love to go to Florida. I'd love to be able to meet my half-brother, my nephews, and my half-brother's wife. He said they're gonna come up sometime, and we actually have a wall with pictures of them over near my kitchen table that direction. Yes, and I'm still telling you. And we always get pictures from them. We always send them stuff. We're actually sending them a Christmas package too for them and their kids. They love the Bills because they were from Buffalo. Yeah, and you know, so we send them stuff like that. We send them, like, they can't get certain sponge candies and certain mustards there, so we send them that too. It's really nice. My favorite holiday? Well, I love Christmas because I get to be with my family, not just because, oh, I get gifts, but I love being with my entire family, especially who we consider my adoptive sister, even though she's not actually adopted by us. We've known her since I was, like, itty bitty baby. Itty bitty baby. Well, not actually a baby, but I was, like, not even in double digits yet. It doesn't matter. And she's a wonderful person. I love getting to see her. I get to see my brother's fiance and everything. He's actually proposing to her again for Christmas with an actual ring this time. And it's the beautifulest ring ever, but I love being able to spend time with my family. So I also like Thanksgiving because of the big family dinners. This year, instead of having it at our house, went to my brother's, so now all of our family were there. Even his in-laws and everything. And it was fun because my brother was, because this one commercial noise the fuck out was about the smokers, like, my name's Terry and I used to be a smoker. He was saying stupid shit, and it was hilarious, and his father-in-law started cracking up and everything. It was perfect. So that is definitely my favorite holiday. And that's the only questions I got, so thank you for your questions. And Madison, I need to put this up again. Madison, move! Okay. So thank you for your questions, and again, sorry for burning your ears with the singing question. Oh, look at you. You look so cool. Oh God, look at him. Look at him. Look at that baby. Isn't he cute? Oh yeah, you can see the Batman on my sweater. Look at him. He is the cutest one. He's just being lazy. He thinks he owns the couch. That's another thing I love about my dog. He thinks he owns the couch. So yes, I have a dog that owns the couch, a dog who owns the floor. He will not share a couch, especially because if you look, there's a tree. Nobody else can sit at the couch but that fat ass right there. Right there. That's right. Now, again, thank you for the questions. This video probably went way longer than it should, so it's probably took me a while to post. Because YouTube's an asshole, but thank you. It's nice to know that at least some of you might get to know who I am. And some of you probably do too, but you just couldn't think of anything, so you're always free to ask me a question anyways, you know. I'm never, ever doing anything, so it's question me all you want. Thank you for the questions, thank you for following me and dealing with me, thank you for role-playing with me, thank you for making me feel special and all that. Thank you. I love you all. I love every single one of you, and I want to play with every single one of you, not just the few people I get to's replies. I know it's hard, you don't see me reply if you do roleplay with me, but if I could show you right now, my activity is spammed with all the Annie posts I make because yes, I really am just crazy when it comes to that stuff, so my activity is spammed. And that's about it. Thank you again. Thank you.